So we kick off the in-depth look with the Telegraph, Lewis.
My good friend Simon, good to see you.
Yes.
A bank boss says sorry to Farage over accounts. NatWest chief executive apologizes for deeply inappropriate, quote-unquote, dossier comments. Of course, she didn't apologize for it. She basically said, we didn't mean anything that we said, but they said a lot. They canceled the person's account. This woman, Dame Allison Rose, sounds like a Jewish girl from Great Neck, where I grew up, in New York. I find that name very attractive. She's the chief executive of NatWest, who owns Coots, and I think it is a victory for Nigel, but I think it's more important. It just shows that this is a major issue, because if people started to take money out of NatWest, most people don't know what Coots Bank is,
no,
but they know what NatWest is. That the people who watch this channel have banking at NatWest, and I think if the tide turned and people said, let's punish NatWest for treating one of our own this way, and potentially in the future, every one of us, you or me, right? If that happens, it could be a Bud Light type situation with Anheuser-Busch in America.
It would be, I think, obviously I can't determine whether that's likely to happen, but I think it'd be a very dangerous territory if we started treating banks in the same way that we do, like, beer brands, which are fairly interchangeable. But the banking system, I think the important thing is to try and not make that sort of, another front on the culture war.
Well, it's a bit late. I mean, they brought it on themselves.
Yes,
there apparently is this Facebook group of 10,000 people who have had their accounts closed by NatWest. So if they all put in subject access requests, then it jams up, just the amount of paperwork alone would be a big problem.
Yes.
So the bank has made a massive mistake, and it is a victory for Nigel Farage and for freedom of expression. And also, the CEO, though, if we look at what's happened here, I mean, she's been paid $5.25 million in 2022. Either you're aware of what's happening in your department and you approve of it, which is very bad, or you're unaware of what's going on in your own bank, which is also bad. So it's very bad for her.
And to be fair, the comments she's made simply don't tally with what we've actually seen anyway.
No.
They don't seem to connect with it.
No, they say they do not reflect the view of the bank, but they obviously do reflect the view of the bank.
I'm sorry.
No, sorry. We're being too polite tonight. We work at a bank here.
I want to say this clearly.
Yeah.
It would be absolutely horrible that the banking system is so crucial. But at the end of the day, I think the bosses need to. Two problems. One is the problem is that the bank is owned by 25 or 30% of the British population.
38.6%, and it was as high as 84% post 2008. So when people say it's a private company, not really true.
Entirely,
not really. But I think the most important thing is that we, the people who are watching this, have power. And maybe if NatWest has a problem, it will teach the powers that be in Whitehall, and will also teach the bankers at the Bank of England.
Maybe it would be useful if you went in to set up a bank account, if they had a little list of what their values are and, who they regarded as being inclusive and who they felt was a little bit like...
Our values are corporate authoritarianism, and I click no.
What does The Guardian...